Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I had my fourth QHHT session on 3rd of September, conducted by Jitendra. This, I'd say, was one of the most powerful sessions in the sense that Jitendra just asked me, "Where are you?" And the entire story came without he prompting me at any stage. Entire story came like a movie, and I was continuously talking. And the session was for about 1 hour 45 minutes. And initially, he took about 10-15 minutes for the initiation. Afterwards, 1 hour 30 minutes, the session was on, and it was continuous flow. And I myself was really surprised the way that things came, the messages came, my past life came, and it was coming very nicely. The question I asked for my first session was about my spirituality. Second session, I asked about my health. Third session, I asked about my wife's health. The fourth session, I did not have any question to ask. So I asked, I had bought some lands in the name of my wife in my native place in Tamil Nadu. And those plots, which were bought about 30, 40 years, they were all facing some problem or litigation. So I just wanted to know what is the reason for this problem or litigation. So I was shown a past life where I was a small king. I was standing in front of a fort, and there was a canal which had a lot of crocodiles and all that. And there was a small bridge connecting the land and the fort across the canal. So my army was small, and the kingdom I was attacking was big. But my soldiers were trained so nicely that they can handle any type of any big kingdom also. So we went inside. I had all the description of how we went, what things happened, and how we could enter. Everything came. And then I went and captured the king of that large kingdom. Then we put that king into the prison. Then I asked the rishis and the priests who are present there to do the crowning ceremony. They very reluctantly, because knowing that I'm very angry and I have the way I have taken the king into captivity. So they all said that, oh, it's okay, we cannot do anything. So they just start doing the coronation ceremony, and I become the king of that big kingdom. The king I captured is a very noble person, is a very spiritual and a religious person, and he was always taking care of his citizens. He was liked by all the citizens. But I was a very cruel, wicked, and I was interested and having the desire to capture the kingdoms around me. And once I captured the kingdoms, I used to torture my citizens. I never allowed them anything. I did not give them any facility. I did not even allow the people to do a worship of God, going to the temple or even worshiping the God at home also. And if anyone disobeyed my orders, I used to chop off their head or hands or legs according to the crime they were committing. It was not a crime, actually. They were not obeying my orders. Then I was really feeling how bad I am, and I was laughing. I was feeling the pride. I was torturing and enjoying it, and all those emotions came. Plus desire for lands, kingdoms, and was very happy to torture the citizens. And whenever I torture, I know that those people will be giving me curses, and I was happy to receive their curses also. And all the story went on. And at the end, I was sitting on a dining table, a large dining table on which all food items have been cooked and kept. All my bodyguards and other soldiers are all, I've asked them to go out, because I tell them that whenever I'm eating, only the person who is serving me should be present and nobody else should be present. So I am eating, and there is one person standing in front of, he's having a beard, he's having a mustache, and he's having some turban like thing on a cloth and all that on his head. He is serving me, and I am alone there, and he gives me a cup of kheer. It is in a golden cup, and I am drinking that. I'm laughing. See how many things have been cooked for me, and I have captured this such a large kingdom. I have put in prison. All the citizens are now with me. I'm torturing, enjoying everything, and then every sip I laugh, and then I drink. And when I take the third sip, suddenly I am not able to speak. I am choking, and my body becomes blue. And the man who is in front of me is putting a very a type of a smile, a mischievous smile, and he is telling that I have mixed poison in your kheer. And when he's telling, my body is turning blue, and he's telling me that how you have tortured my king and all that. And he was the minister of the previous king, and he was hiding in the palace. And only on that day he comes out, and he serves food and gives me the poison, and then I die. And the moment I die, he brings the king out of the prison. The king comes, and then I expect that the king will come and kick me with his shoes, and he will tell all bad words to me. But surprisingly, the king looks at my body and he says, "This man was wicked, but his soul was not." So he says, "Give him a very decent burial with all the palace honors." And immediately all the soldiers come and they bring a silk bed for me, and they place my body on the silk bed. And then looking at all these things, I feel very sorry for capturing this king, such a noble king, such a God-fearing king. And then I cry, and then I rise up and mix in the white light. So the revenge, the lust for lands, everything vanished from my mind, and I'm now at peace. I'm very happy. I feel very light and relaxed. Then the lesson from that life, this Jitendra asked me that you please review your life. Then I said, from childhood, I was a wicked and cruel man. I tortured my soldiers and citizens as a child. And I was born as the fifth child of my father, who was a small king. I acquired all the skills. Whatever I have to learn, that I learned with full dedication. And I also trained all my soldiers to be expert fighters. And when my father had fixed the crowning ceremony of my eldest brother, I gave poison to all the family members. My father, my mother was not coming in the scene, but I gave the poison to my father, my elder brother, and all the other elder brothers, and also one younger brother and one sister also. I thought that if they survive, maybe they will also fight for the throne, and therefore I killed everybody, and I gave them poison, and everybody died, and then ultimately I became the king of that small kingdom. So the lesson from that life was I killed my family with poison, and my end came with poison. The karma played its role. So it's very surprising that I never expected the story will come like this. And then the lesson that came was if you wanted to do harm to somebody because of your karma, you should not have harmed a noble king like this, but you should have selected some wicked people like you, and you should have killed them or you should have harmed them. But you harmed a person who was a noble and a very good king and having very good citizens. Then Satya Sai Baba of Puttaparthi appeared, and then he gave message, and he also explained about this past life and how my problem can be solved. So I was very surprised because I'm a devotee of Satya Sai Baba. And when he came, I was very, very happy. And I was just waiting for his message. And his message also came continuously without any break. So he said, I have been preaching love, 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 because Satya Sai Baba has been preaching love everywhere. He said, spread love, receive love, spread hatred, receive hatred. So if you spread love, you will receive love. And if you spread hatred, you will receive hatred. Desire should not be to acquire wealth, but it should be to love, to give, love, serve, help fellow beings. So we should not just have a desire to acquire wealth, but it should be for giving, the desire should be for giving love to the fellow human beings. If you have the desire to avenge or revenge anybody, please remove it and fill it with love. If you are angry, don't shout. Wait for a minute for the angry to subside and convey it in soft words. So instead of shouting, wait for some time for you to cool down and then use soft words to convey whatever you want to convey angrily, just in a very soft method. And then he said, do service to the fellow beings. Birds which come to your balconies are your departed relatives or friends. They are the souls. They come to seek your help or convey some message to you. So they say when you're feeding the birds, just close your eyes and see what message they are conveying. They may be warning you of some danger. They may be warning you that you are doing something wrong. So just listen to them and see what message is being conveyed. And then when you have to help, if you feel that a person is not genuine, then just turn him away politely and seek forgiveness from me, because you're turning away that person because you are not comfortable giving anything. So just turn away and then ask him to go politely. And he said another thing, very important thing for us to note is the purpose of attending the QHHT sessions should not be for getting cured from diseases like diabetes or cancer. We should not come to the QHHT session thinking that my disease will go away and all that. But we should come for spiritual advancement. If you advance in spirituality, your karma will reduce. If karma reduces, diseases will heal. It will heal like magic. If your karma is reducing, your diseases will heal like magic. And he said another important thing is pain will be there, suffering will be there, but these sessions will give you the strength to endure, bear the pain and suffering. Because we always think that once we come to the session, the suffering will not be there. Maybe pain will be there, but suffering will not be there. But he says pain will be there, suffering will be there, but these sessions will give you the strength to endure, bear the pain and suffering. Then about my problem, he said he has seen the relevant past life which created this karma, which is creating the suffering for him. Just by seeing this past life, he will start getting relief from this problem. He said the soul, which was in a bad body, wicked body, has realized that even though I was wicked, good souls like the noble king honored me, because at the end, the king gave a very decent burial to that wicked body. So he says, I take care of all of you, whether you are my devotees or you are not. Whether you talk good of me or bad about me, I take care of all of you. He said, healing will happen the moment you realize that these are all due to your own karma. So once you see the past life and see that why this problem is happening because of that karma, just looking at it itself will reduce your karma and the healing will happen like a magic. So gratitude to Jitendra and the entire QHHT team, and also to all of you for watching this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mani sir. That was lovely presentation. Yes. And that message of, you have to come here not to clear your pains or illnesses, but your spiritual involvement was very beautiful message. But I guess we all look at our life from the point of view of pain and suffering. Physical suffering is what keeps us so bound down into this physical space, isn't it? So eventually everyone are looking for a respite for the physical suffering. But yes, it's such a beautiful message. Thank you so much. Thank you. And yes, who is the next one? Amit, would you like to share your experience?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Hello, Dr. Vijay, and
Yes.
good evening to all of you. I'm really happy today. Today I had the opportunity of having my first session with the help of Jitendra and Shailaja madam. I actually don't have words to describe it.
Just hold 1 second.